What's up? Welcome into your daily Buckeye Blitz for a Tuesday. Two for Tuesday. No, just one show. Just kidding. Uh, July 16th, 2024. That is the day. We're talking about the state of position today. Ohio State's interior O line. We're focusing on that. How's it looking for 2024? And then after 2024, how's it looking down the road? Talk a little recruiting, stuff like that. So, uh, hey, while you're at it, please make sure you like and subscribe this video. If you're listening on podcast, please follow the show and download it over and over and over, and ask your significant other to do the same. You won't be disappointed. I don't think you will. I don't think you'll be disappointed. Anyway, maybe not. Anyway, let's get into it. State of the interior. God damn it. State of the interior offensive line. 2 guards and a center. Who's on the roster? Let's do it. Seth McLaughlin, his last year coming up in 2024. Donovan Jackson, his last year. Now Carson Hinsman, 3 years. Tegra Shabola, 3 years. Luke Montgomery, 3 years. Josh Padilla, 4 years. Austin Saraveld, 4 years. Devontae Armstrong, 4 years. And Gabe Van Sickle, 4 years. So a lot of depth there down the road, but returning production this year, you got 13 of 13 starts at left guard, Donovan Jackson, 12 of 13 starts at center. Hinsman didn't start in the bowl game. And then 0 of 13 starts at right guard. Now, McLaughlin started 29 games at center for Alabama, so he's coming in. Then you got Jake Cook committed for the 2025 class. He's the only interior O lineman. That's it. So the outlook for this year, Ohio State returns its starting left guard and starting center from 2023, but there are some moving pieces here. Donovan Jackson, former 5-star recruit, is definitely locked in to start at left guard for the 3rd straight year. He'll be the first Ohio State player to start 3 consecutive seasons at guard since Billy Price did it 2014 to 2016. Now, the hope is that Donovan Jackson plays like one of the best guards in the country this year. He's been a solid player, but he's not in the conversation for best at his position in the country. Hopefully, this will be the year. So part of Donovan's issues could be the lack of consistency around him. He will line up next to his 3rd different center in 3 years. That makes life a little difficult. Alabama transfer Seth McLaughlin. He's expected to take over the starting center job from Carson Hinsman. Hinsman started 12 of the 13 games last year as a redshirt freshman, so relatively young. And according to PFF, Hinsman was one of the worst centers in all of college football last year. No shit. Most of the issue was his inexperience and being forced into action before he was ready. McLaughlin wasn't much better in his PFF grades, though, should be noted. But he did make the 24 starts in the SEC. He was one of the top 20 centers in the country in 2022. Now, looking forward, ideally, McLaughlin will bring his play back from 2 years ago, and he needs to give more consistency to us, reliable presence in the middle, and that also moves Hinsman into a serious battle for that starting right guard job. So you got at least 3 players vying for that job right now. And through spring, it was sophomore Luke Montgomery and 3rd-year lineman Tegra Shabola, along with Hinsman. Both Montgomery and Shabola are looking to crack the starting lineup for the first time in their careers. Montgomery and Shabola also have the potential to eventually move out to tackle, whether it be left or right. But the more immediate path to the field is at guard for both of them. Both of them got snaps in spring ball to show they could handle the job at right guard. Montgomery surged early in spring ball. Then Shabola surged late, but the position was unsettled after the 15 spring practices. So competition is going to carry into fall camp now. So let's talk about second-year offensive lineman Austin Searveld. He has an outside shot at one of these guard positions. He's a former 4-star. Was a top 10 player at his position in the 2023 recruiting class. He didn't see the field last year, but the coaches have raved about his development over this past year. Now, Hinsman or Montgomery would have more of an athletic upside and more movement, better movement ability, more agile, if you go that route. Then Shabola or Searveld, they'd be more of the power-focused type of choice at the guard position. So you got kind of two different options there with 4 dudes. But looking past 2024, whoever wins the right guard job, Ohio State will only return 1 starter in the middle of the offensive line regardless in 2025. So the Buckeyes will need to find another new center and plus someone to fill Donovan Jackson's spot. Now, whoever wins that right guard competition will be in position to start somewhere on the O-line in 2025. The Buckeyes will also be losing at least one of their tackles, possibly both. So if Montgomery or Shabola win the right guard job this fall, they could be in line to move outside to tackle in 2025. The positional flexibility is a big positive for this group, but it makes projecting 2025 and forward even harder because you don't know where guys are going to move. Hinsman is a no doubt interior player. He's not going to slide outside at all. He could jump back into the center competition after the season or a starting job at guard. Either way. Searveld also is a definite interior player. He could start at either guard position in 2025 or 2026. He could be the most natural fit for Donovan Jackson's left guard position. Plus, Searveld could stabilize that position for at least 2 seasons after Donovan leaves. Then you also got Josh Padilla. Came in the same class as Montgomery and Searveld. He was recruited as a center. So the 2025 season could be his opportunity to break through. But the staff needs to get him on the field this season in 2024. Hinsman never played a snap before being forced into that center job last year. And it showed, obviously. The staff can't make the same mistake with Padilla going forward. Younger guys, you got Devontae Armstrong, Gabe Van Sickle. They're probably 2 years away from cracking and pushing the start into the starting lineup or even the 2 deep. The Buckeyes could gain in the transfer portal again if they need more experience in the future. They could go in there, look around. If they're looking for 3 brand new starters on the interior in 2025, they're going to have to go into the portal. But ideally, all the answers are already on the roster. It's just a matter of who develops fastest, So there's work to be done in recruiting also. There are 2 offensive line commitments in 2025. Carter Lowe, the tackle from Toledo, and Jake Cook, the center/guard from Westerville. So it's unlikely either will be ready to play as a true freshman, but Javon McFadden is another guy out there that's uncommitted that the Buckeyes are in on. He's another interior O-line prospect, so Buckeyes are waiting on him to see where he goes, what he does. He's from the Maryland area, so Justin Fry is going to have to probably call on Larry Johnson to help out with that one being in the DMV area. So Fry needs to add at least one more interior player to join Cook in this class. I would like 2 personally, just because Jake Cook is a long-term development project, So I think we need somebody else that is going to be ready in a year or so, or shortly after. So that's your interior O lineman, the guards and center. So a lot of depth down the road, not a lot of depth right now. It's kind of the summary, I guess. So let me know what you guys think. Feeling good about the interior O lineman. At least there's options, quality options at the right guard position. Could be worse, but that's all I got for you today. Talk to you tomorrow. Go Bucks.